Okay, so before anything, I want to say, excuse the hiccups. I was trying to wait them out, but they just weren't going away. So excuse the hiccups. If yeah, I took the deck to the extravaganza, and I was so close, man, so damn close. I won X2, but in the fifth round, I made a huge misplay because I didn't read the card, and it cost me the match. Because game one, I was playing against Attic Nisters against Brandon, and I take game one. I'm like, okay, Chris, I got it. Game two, he tries to do his board. He ends on something, and then it wasn't anything threatening. So I was like, I have overtake, I have double, it's over. There's just no way. And there was this one Attic card in his grave that apparently becomes a quick effect when you control the big guy. Their what's the name of that guy? I'll put the picture. The immune link, their towers type thing. And I was like, I win. But I didn't read that card in his grave. And basically it becomes a quick effect where you can negate a face-up card in the field. If I knew that, I could have easily played around it. I would have done the Excel play. Instead of going into speeder, I would have gone Excel tokens, Excel effect, pitch, Shaman into bring back as many level 2s lore as level 2s from your hand or grave as possible. Make a hero. Climb into the Starlight Warrior, go Crystal Wing, pop. He tries to negate, I negate. Get over his guy. My guy's over 45. It was just, I was like, oh my god, are you fucking kidding? It was so annoying, man. It was, but yeah, the deck. Other than that, it worked perfect. Same ratios. This, nothing less. Triple junk. Do you have to play him at 3? It's just for the Excel play. It comes up way too often, man. That's what you max them out. And then of course you play your Dawnwalkers because this play is amazing. Like it starts everything. It gets all of the stuff you want to draw in the grave or to your hand, which is insane. And then we added this card because we have teleport at 2, which is insane. These two are basically essentially the same thing, except this one can be a 1-card Chaos Ruler compared to 2. Unless you draw 1 for 1, then it's essentially this. But other than that, it's the fact that you can go, because I'm playing hand traps, so you can go hand trap, and then top of deck into this, and then this turns into Chaos Ruler, and Chaos Ruler becomes a pot of prosperity in a way, because you dig further into your deck. That's number of cards that you could draw into, which is insane, and that's how you kind of supplement the hand trap theory, right? Caligo, this card is amazing because most of the time when you do the Chaos Ruler play, and then you go junk summon, and these are in your graveyard, and they go Imperm Veiler Bell on this to stop this. This allows you to continue your speeder play because it makes it weird for them to wait for the speeder play because I don't have to go speeder at that point. Because if I summon this and I have this or this engraved, I can do the Excel play and go for a Herald play first, or I can go into a Crystal Wing play with this by reviving this guy, and then continue the secret sequences after. Then of course you have your one-ups, the bricks that you just don't want to draw, but I want to minimize on them. Amazing. I'm not playing carrier because I want to make room and keep it under 50. That's like that's just, I don't know, it's weird. I just prefer it that way. Triple Ash it's a generic hand trap that's just really good against almost anything, and it allows you to save your synchro negates. Yeah, and the fact that you can like revive this living fossil and trigger doppel, and then try initiating your first synchro sequences with Excel without having to normal summon is insane, because that means you haven't used your speeder play, which is cool. Then of course Triple Veiler is really good right now. It's a tuner. They're tuners. They work with converter, so they add consistency along with interaction. Then of course you have your overtake. This card, I can't praise this card enough. This card's amazing, man. Like the fact that you can go this, summon like special summon junk, summon doppel, summon converter, make a Crystal Wing before anything, and then go into Living Fossil, revive the junk synchron, and then trigger it up, and then make a speeder play after that is insane. Of course you sacrifice the TG draws, but if you know the matchup and you can see that, okay, I can afford to do this, and then it works out. Triple tuning, just perfect. More consistency. So once again, Living Fossil, like I said, you can revive any of the hand traps after you've used them. You stop them. You go leave fossil, revive, trigger doppel without having to normal summon. Perfect. And then of course this guy was amazing. The fact that it's a 1-card Chaos Ruler, like you can deplete your hand with hand traps. You top deck into this, Star Reflector effect, make a synchro level 8, make Chaos Ruler, excavate, mill, doppel, converter, start a synchron, junk synchron, and load your grave and add. It just boosts consistency. Like it's perfect. And then I go Rhoda. Illumination, 1-for-1 because of Star Reflector. Oh man, it's just so good, man. Okay, and then of course you have your Monster Reborn. And once again, okay, I cut the Call by the Grave because once again it's a higher card count deck, and I'm not playing Desires. But the variance that this deck has was surprising. It was just like some of the hands were just like, oh wow, like you can theorize this just on paper, because on paper it doesn't seem like it will work, but in practice and throughout the day it was like everything was flowing like amazing. It was good. It was so good. And I just can't beat myself up enough about that misplay I did. It was just so bad because the deck it didn't do justice because I messed up. Like the deck was working fine. It's just that it was a pilot mistake. It was a human mistake and human error. But the deck just perfect. It worked perfect. And then of course you have your triple impermanence, and then of course the one brick, or the last brick, Saw mode. I drew this only a few times. And it wasn't too drastic because the deck is consistent enough to where you can get by, where this doesn't affect you as much unless you're going second and like it's like post game 1. Then you need every card to be useful because obviously it's post game 1, so odds are going to be more stacked against you. Side deck, triple Dark Ruler, triple Twin Twisters, triple Dusters, and then of course Rare Reboot. Thank you, Reese. We got the prismatic one, looks super nice. And then of course when you go first, the Air Order or Judgments, this is perfect. It's just perfect. Like it's just very broad. Like you can, and the good thing about this build is that there's no droplets, there's no talents. So it's like everything is fairly cheap, apart from like the mid expensive cards. Like these are kind of expensive, like 15-20 bucks each. I guess Ash is kind of expensive, not really, but common. The Dawnwalker's like 15 bucks. This is like 10 plus bucks, I think. But like everything is fairly cheap compared to playing the droplets and the tactics. But like it feels like this build performed way better than the other builds, and I was surprised. I was surprised, but I kind of expected it. So I'm not sure if there's a term for that. I can't really. I'll Google it later. But it worked out perfectly. Tokens. This is so useful, man. Like, it's so good. Once again, link in the description. Use my promo code to get any custom field center or tokens that you want. It's really nice. Okay, so the extra deck has not changed. I think this is the best extra deck. The lineup, the way it is, it's perfect. Everything is amazing. Satellite Warrior, Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss, Chaos Ruler, Crystal Wing, Omega, Dawn Dragster, Stardust Charge, amazing. This is amazing post game 1 because you draw into your side cards, which is what you want. Junk Warrior, Speeder MVP, of course. Excel Synchron, second MVP. Like it just allows you to have those plays that you normally wouldn't want to just go straight up into Speeder. Quandax, thank you, Bun. Taking a secret rare. Let's go Herald, Metal Marcher, and of course Celestial Double Star Shaman. It was crazy. It was a good day, man. It was everything worked out fine. There's a few mistakes like I felt like if in hindsight I should have done, which was like I should have been aware, like, but it's just that it's a mixed emotion type of thing, because like I'm a bit clouded. I like being analytical within the match. I like to like read and understand the game state. But I'm just I think I'm just too excited of playing the deck that I get like a little bit tunnel vision, because I'm like, oh, because I'm so hyped about it. It was like a month after that we got the new support, so it's like some of the things I should not be losing to. I end up losing to them because I'm not meant to. Like there's a round, cause okay, so it was what did I play? Dino, Trapigate, Ad Ignister, Guru Goons, Prank Kids, and I don't know the sixth one. Can't remember. But the fifth round is the one I'm freaking beating myself over because I was like, wow, I should have won that. Like I should have easily won that one. I was like, fuck, man, it was, oh, it's so bad, dude. But anyways, the deck worked perfectly. So that was it was human error. It was my mistake. I shouldn't have, you know, like I shouldn't have lost that one. But everything worked perfect, dude. Everything. I didn't miss Callby. I didn't miss Carrier. The Desires. I tried it the day before. No way. Like it's like a trap, dude. Like it makes you think like it's good, but then it hurts you more than it hurts you more. Like because you banish your junk synchrons, your Stardust synchron. Something you don't want to be banishing, and it's like, yeah, man, I don't know, but this deck, try it, man. It's 50 cards, and it's a bit daunting for some of you because you want to keep it close to 40. But if you really want to keep it to 40, you could do this. Watch, let me break it down for you a little bit. Cut these down to 2, and that's it. You get to 48, man. No, I'm kidding. But like, just try it. Like everything has synergy. The variance it gives you is insane. But that's basically gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video, and I'm gonna keep testing it. Try to keep bringing you guys better builds, optimize them, even though they're above 40. But I'm telling you, man, just you gotta because there's so many searchers. Like so many things search, so many things add. So like, you need to be able to have other cards to implement with this engine. Because like, for example, let's say you just have 40 card build, cookie cutter, just straight up these cards. These cards alone are great, are good, but they're not great because you need to pair them up with like these cards or like these cards, you know, to be able to establish a variance that's very obscure. Because that's what you want to do. You want to keep your opponent guessing and not know exactly what you're trying to do. It's obvious, right? They wait for the speeder, then Nibiru after the speeder. So then having other cards and other sequences that allow you to be like, okay, I don't have to do that right away. I can do this instead. And then it makes it very obscure. And that's how you make a versatile deck. And it makes and sometimes it ends up being a good deck in that regard because it's unpredictable, you know. Like, of course, that's part of the game because you want to have a deck that's consistent and is capable. So, like, let's say they don't have trap you. Okay, it's time to shine, man. You fucking like, what can you do? So, and then there's times where you get hand trapped, but you have the I guess the wild card factor where they don't know what you're doing. So it's like, okay, that it is part of the game because how many times you go into an event and you don't know what the hell's going on, and you lose because you don't know what's going on. That's part of the game. Like that's why people play this deck or this deck because it has an edge of people not knowing what it does fully, you know. And sometimes you can use that to your advantage. But like the times where I had a particular set of cards or hands, I was like, this is inevitable. Like even if you knew what I was doing, like it doesn't matter. You need to have like the best hand traps that stop this deck, which would be Imperm, Veiler, Nibiru, Gamma. Like if that's the case, then fair enough. Like what combo deck plays past that? You know? Like, but if it's just Veiler, Imperm, like okay, it's fine. You can play around it. But like, yeah, it's perfect. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.